I remember that in May of 2021, after the whole COVID pandemic was finally over, after the entire year of basically not living my life and just staying inside, watching anime, watching YouTube, playing video games all day long, I was really fucking excited to meet my classmates again. And when I went to like our changing room inside of our school, bro, the women in our class, they were on a whole another level because we were like 14 years old by that point. And bro, their tits started to finally grow and they started to act more feminine because hormones and stuff like that. And me naturally started to daydream about me being in romantic relationships with them. I imagined our future together, our weddings, our children that we would have together. I would basically create like memories that never happened, like certain types of events that we would attend together, but then we never would. And so I naturally thought, what way would I be able to attract them? What way would I be able to add them to my life? And so, me being the blue pilled and the horny 14-year-old young man that was just purely thinking with his amygdala, the first thing that came to my mind was to just act like them. Because, like, you are what you attract, right? And so I started to act way more feminine. And yeah, it was a pretty degenerate time. Like, I never smoked weed, I never took drugs, I never drank alcohol, I never went to degenerate clubs and stayed there until like 3 a.m. I never did that type of degenerate shit. But you see, I'm a pretty serious person. And many people who know me in real life, they say that I have a old soul. Let's just think about it. What do 99% of the 17-year-olds around the earth are doing right now? Well, most likely, they are sleeping because it's 6 a.m. in the morning. But that's besides the point. They spend most of their time on fucking video games, social media, because of the lack of fun that they have in their lives. They eat bullshit, garbage foods that literally turn into belly fat the next day. And then they have, regrets on why they have eaten them, even though it's all subconscious. And they did it because they don't get any gratification from real life and not even from their parents, which is really fucked up. And that's when you know that you truly need to improve. Like, your mother doesn't even hug you anymore. You need to really improve. And so, me having this old soul made me act more serious most of the time, and I never wanted to indulge in the gossipy activities that my male classmates were doing to my female classmates. So they picked at them for no reason, they were calling them fat just because it was physically accurate, so why not? They picked up on every little slip up and mistake that they accidentally said, and then they would repeat it for months on end. They would constantly argue with them and other stuff like that, just to get their attention, because they didn't have any value to provide. And I just never found fulfillment in these activities. But this time it was different. Don't worry, I never started to make fun of my female classmates. All I did was basically just become more feminine. I started to make way more feminine sounds like, oh, oh yeah, and other bullshit just like that. And to be fair though, I did get some social gratification from becoming that. Like, people just naturally start to talk to me more, which is nice, but I sacrificed my reputation. Well, sacrifice may be a strong word, but I basically left it behind for this new identity that wasn't even fulfilling me. I was basically becoming something that I swore to never become. And this continued for around 2 years straight. And then in summer of 2023, as I got on self improvement and started to improve myself, add some value to my character, and improve as a man, I found out from one of these YouTube videos about relationships that the best way to attract a woman is to not give a shit about her. And so I changed my entire attitude once again, and it fucking worked. Like, it honestly worked. Women started to suddenly be more interested in me. They start to think about what has happened to TR. he's been a little different lately. And then they started to, ask my family members, like my mom, and now it was different because they had some time to actually fantasize about me. But after like 2 weeks after me acting like this, it just went back to how it was. So this strategy wasn't as effective as I planned it out to be. Then I realized something. It wasn't that I was supposed to prioritize relationships about everything. I was supposed to prioritize my purpose in life, my mission, my fulfillment as a man above everything. And I know this may be like a cliche realization, like, of course, TR, we already know this. You're supposed to have something more important. But do you understand how long it took me to realize this? Literally like 3 years. And until I got onto self improvement in summer of 2023, I would have never had the chance to actually realize this. Because you see, for most of my life, I was this like blue pilled guy. Basically, like, act nice towards her and she would act nice to you back. And it did work because, like, when you output positive energy, then real life will give you that positive energy back. It's just karma. Like, every time one of my female classmates would dress up nicely, I would say, "Oh, that's a nice dress." Or anytime when they were around me, I would just act nice towards them for no apparent reason, because that's just what I was. I was expecting to, for it to be this like cliche anime type. Like there's a loser guy, and then there's this really nice, like 10 out of 10 woman for him at the school. And then slowly gains this superpower out of nowhere, and then she falls in love with him, and then they fuck every single day. That was my fantasy of just waiting and waiting and waiting, of just, continuing to output this positive energy until they would eventually fall in love with me because, breaking the dam, like eventually it just would have happened. But this process will take like 10, probably even 20 years. And at that point, your relationship with a woman will be shitty. She wouldn't even fuck you. She wouldn't even kiss you most of the time. She wouldn't even say, I love you. And she would have just been with you. Just because you were that one guy who acted nice towards her when all of the other classmates were just bullshit and they were arguing with each other all the time. And you were this like beacon of hope to her. And that would be like the only thing. She would feel no sexual attraction to you. She would feel no security while being next to you. She would see your negative mental health all the time. And all of it would just be a mess. As a man, you need to provide security and fun to the woman. If you don't have two of these things, then no woman will be attracted to you. And so in this video, we will go over the 4 most important things that you need to improve before you can even think about your future 10 out of 10 godly wife. This is not me saying that you will never get her. This is me saying that you need to work hard as fuck in order to get her. It won't be easy, and there will be trials and tribulations on the path. But as I already know, you are the hardworking young man. Every time that I tell you to do something, you go and implement it, and suddenly your life is better. So please, take my word for it. And before you start cold approaching the high value 10 out of 10 woman, you need to improve these 4 areas of your life. Okay? And the fourth one is your mental health. This is pretty self explanatory. If you don't have good mental health, then how do you expect to improve in anything when you don't believe yourself because of the constant negative thoughts, when you cannot even focus on the activities that you want to improve in? Like, for example, how do you want to study a textbook when you don't even look at it for most of the time and you just look around the room like you're a fucking animal who cannot even focus for like 5 seconds straight? So you need to start meditating, gratitude journaling, and adventuring. Meditating is basically when you sit down, you close your eyes, and then you focus on anything. It can be your breath, for example, it can be birds singing outside of your window, it can be the feeling of wind touching your body, anything, as long as you can focus on it for an extended amount of time, like for example, few minutes. but you need to slowly level it up over time. So at first start like with 10 seconds, and then as the days go by, add 1 second until you get to like 80 minutes. And you need to do this good habit every single day. The second good habit is gratitude journaling. Basically, every day after you wake up, and make this the first thing after you wake up, you take like notes. Or for example, you can write this in a notebook with a pen if you want. And you just write, I am grateful for X because of Y. You do this because you manually make your mind think about positive thoughts, about something that makes your life easier every single day. You manually think about something that makes your life easier, and you're thankful for it, you're grateful for it, you're expressing gratitude for the first time in a long time. And then eventually, you just naturally feel grateful towards everything that you have. And that is a wonderful feeling. Like you'll be literally grateful for your past mistakes, your traumatic experiences, and your awkward moments that have happened to you in the past. And then the last good habit that you need to start doing is adventuring. Now, adventuring means a lot of things, and we will get to it later. But for now, just see adventuring as just going out into nature or exploring your local city if you cannot just access nature that easily, and just go for long and mindful walks. Observe the nature or the buildings. Like, think about it. There's a tree 2 kilometers away from your house that you've never saw in your entire life. There's a building, or they might be a restaurant 2 kilometers away from your house that you never even knew was there. So why don't you go and take a look? This one good habit alone will give you so many stories to talk about on a daily basis that eventually you will actually seem like you have some fun in your life. The second field that you need to improve in is your stoicism skill. Now, this stoicism skill is all about your emotional control. This means like after you make a mistake or already the mistakes that you've made in the past, you analyze them and you learn from them instead of, lashing out and screaming on the top of your lungs, oh life, why me? Why did you have to brought this upon me? You know, like a little bitch. You actually think for a second, you breathe manually, you take out your journal with a pen, and you start to analyze the situation. Get a valuable life lesson from it, so that the next time it doesn't happen, you can prevent it. This will also make you remember stories about these mistakes that have happened to you in the past, meaning that in the future, like 10 years down the line, when they don't even matter, you can just tell them to the people around you, and then you can have a one giant group laugh about it. The third field that you need to improve in is your finances. Without money, don't approach the honey. It's simple as that. Because in the future, when you're gonna be cold approaching the high value woman, then you would want to invite them for some kind of a dinner or lunch, for example. And how do you expect to pay for the lunch when you have like $30 on your debit card? So you need to immediately find your purpose in life that will give you fulfillment and that will feel natural to you and will put you into a state of flow. Like there's nothing happening besides you and the authentic activity. And then you need to align it to some kind of a business model and stay patient with it. And then you need to learn about it, like read books, watch long form educational videos like podcasts, buy courses about the topic that you're improving in, about the skill that you're mastering, which is your purpose in life. For example, how I done it. Like my authentic activity, my purpose in life is to become a teacher. I like to tell you everything and explain to you the stuff that I've learned over my life. And I do this while being in a complete state of flow. And this business model, being a YouTuber, is perfect for me because I can just sit down and talk about anything for minutes on end. I don't feel like giving up anytime soon because this is just so fulfilling to me. And also, whilst you're picking your business model, you need to make sure that it will bring you financial, location, and time freedom. Basically, meaning that financial, well, of course, any business will bring you eventually so much money that you don't even have to work as hard anymore. But And this is what many guys miss: location freedom. Basically, have a online business. That is the best for this. Just basically, you can like take your computer or like your notebook and you can just, for example, record videos anytime that you want, whenever you want. Like, for example, I can record videos literally at the bottom of Mariana Trench. And if I have an editing software and a laptop, I can just edit the videos there. And then time freedom. Make sure that eventually, after a while, the business gives you so much money, you become so effective at the business model that you barely have to work a fraction of your maximum effort. The fourth field that you need to improve in is your social skills. This basically means just cold approaching more men and women that you don't know. Just basically forming new relationships with the people around you and warm approaching people, basically the people that you already know, becoming a better friend, a better brother, a better son, a better family member in general. Like basically enhancing the relationships that you have with the people around you. This will come in so handy when in the future the most quality woman will be attracted by you. Because when you improve in all of these four fields that we just talked about, and you will have fun and security that you can provide to her. You will have security that you won't just, lash out of any temptation that she'll throw at you because you have powerful emotional control from your stoicism skill. You will give her financial security. You will give her time and location security also. And best of all, she will actually have fun when she will be around you because you will have so many stories to talk to her about from your life. That's why I told you to start cold approaching and warm approaching and to start adventuring as a good habit. Like just exploring new topics, new skills, new clubs, new opportunities to actually live life as a normal human being. Like that's what we from self improvement as masculine men want, right? We never wanted to masturbate. We never wanted to spend 10 hours every single day playing video games. We never wanted to scroll on social media for hours on end. All we wanted was to actually live life like our ancestors did. Back in the day, like not even 20 years ago, even the lowest quality men could get some bitches. And I'm not even kidding. Like that's just how it was. And nowadays, the least quality men have no chance of even attracting a woman because they just spend most of their time inside. They basically have no life, no value that they can give to the people in their lives. And it's just sad. And that's why you see so many guys watching porn, being blue-pilled, being so feminine, because you become what you need. You can be a level 1 leader and become a complete feminine. Like you can genuinely become transgender and you can have female friends. Or you can be a level infinite neither. You can improve in all of these four fields: mental health, stoicism, financial, location, and time freedom, and the relationships with the people around you. And then you can provide the fun and the security you get from improving in all of these four fields to your future feminine, beautiful wife. So reject modernity. Reject the modern propaganda of just enjoying your teens and your 20s and live most of your life aligned to your self improvement journey. So I suggest that you start researching more about these four fields. And if you want to grow like there's no tomorrow, if you want to find friends that are on self improvement also and becoming the best version of themselves every single day, with whom you can form quality relationships with whom you can be in a healthy competition to grow every single day, who share the same values as you, who share the same likes and dislikes, then you can join our Discord clan in the description. We will take great care of you because we actually care about each other in there. Because if you're watching this video and willing to take action, then you genuinely have way more potential than you think you have. You are better than 99% of people, and I know that you'll find your place in there if you actually don't be shy and come to talk to us. We will be happy to add you to our clan and to our family because we want to see you grow and succeed. Apart from that, you can like the video, you can subscribe if you like, comment on which part of the video you liked the most, and which part of the video you will implement, join the email list in the description and get yourself a free ebook. Once again, join the Discord clan and become a part of the family, get closer to us. And with that being said, thank you very much for watching this video, and remember, no one is better at being you.